What up, Wager Bros? Welcome back. It is Sunday night, April 13th. After one of the wildest days to remember on Sunday at Augusta, Rory McIlroy has completed the career Grand Slam. But it wasn't without a lot of drama.
No. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel exactly, but I feel like I just, physically, I'm fine. I could go do a workout or go for a walk or whatever, but I am mentally drained from watching that.
Oh, 100%.
It's, uh, it was like, like I mentioned to you before we started recording, it was like it seemed like it was going to be a coronation at one point, and then it just all hell broke loose after 13 or on 13,
Yeah. Yeah.
and suddenly they went from that coronation feeling to okay, now who's going to win? Suddenly you got
Right.
six guys that can win.
Right. Well, it was so funny because, like, I when he started out with a double on one, right? And then he makes par on two, and Bryson makes birdie on two, drains that sick putt. And all of a sudden, Rory has gone from a two-shot lead to being one back.
Yeah,
And you're thinking, as they walk to the third tee, I was like, did Rory already just lose this? Like, I know there's a lot of golf to play, but, and then hits, and then when he pulled driver on 13, I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you don't need to hit driver here. And he hits it, where he hit it, right in front of the green, chips up, makes a great birdie. And then Bryson makes bogey on four after hitting a long left, which we had seen earlier in the day that long left on Sunday on number four is never a good idea.
yeah,
And all of a sudden, Rory has birdied two holes in a row, and Bryson's now down by three. And then when he made the birdie on 10, and he played great golf for the rest of the night. He made a double on one, and then he played the last eight holes in the front nine in four under par. And you're like, okay, great. Like Rory's back. And then he birdies 10 after, the nightmare that was 2011, 14 years ago. And he birdies 10, and you're like, okay, he's got a four-shot lead still, and nobody can really catch him
right.
because because he's got 13, he's got 15, all that stuff. And I said to my buddy Seth, who was here, I said, after he birdied 10, I was like, if he just makes par on every hole and birdies the par fives, nobody's going to catch him. And then he hits it, on 11, he gets so incredibly lucky that ball didn't go in the water. And then
Yeah,
yeah, and somehow still makes bogey, but like, bogey in 11 is not terrible, right? Like, it's a hard hole. And then he hits it right where Tiger hit it on 12, right in the middle of the green, right? Makes his par. And you're thinking, okay, great. And then he hits three wood on 13. And he lays up, and you're like, oh man, this guy,
yeah,
he's not going to be the Rory that takes chances when he doesn't need to take chances. And then he like shanks or toe hostled one into the water on 13.
yeah.
Like,
In that situation for a miss that badly from that short of a yardage, that was I, I was I was speechless. I could not believe what I just saw. But then
you aim 30 feet left of the hole, and and 10 yards behind it.
I'm sure he was aiming 30 feet left of the hole, and he
Yeah.
just missed it that badly.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
And
uh,
he makes double bogey there, right? And then he goes to 14 and makes a solid par there. And then he goes to 15, right? Which was his nemesis on Thursday. He made double there, but he made eagle yesterday. And then he hits arguably the shot of the tournament. I know some people will say seven, from the trees. I know some people will say 17, to make the birdie. But like that slingo hook he hits to 4 feet, then to miss the birdie putt, it was very Phil-esque. Like I said to my buddy Seth when it was here, I was like,
he
this feels like
missed the eagle putt.
th-
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, this feels like Phil Mickelson losing in dramatic by one shot. That's what this feels like. And, because, in 2007, he was leading by two going to 18, and that happened. And it was like he makes the birdie on 15. He hits it to 8 feet on 16 with the new pin, which I love that new pin today. I'm
Well,
100% on board with that.
it's not a new pin per se. They just normally use that one on like Friday or Saturday,
Yeah.
because it's normally not a Sunday pin.
Yeah, and when he misses the birdie putt, and then he acts like there was 2 times today that he like acted like on his approach shot that he shanked it, and he hits it to like 4 feet on 17 and makes the putt, and you're going, okay. I texted you. I said, par wins it. Like tin cup on 18. Par wins it, and you know all he's got to do is put the ball in the center of the green somewhere, right? And he hits it in the bunker, and then he makes a really great, like nobody's talking about how great that bunker shot was on 18 in regulation. That was a really good bunker shot. And then he had a putt to win it and he missed it. And I thought when he was going to the playoff, I was like, Justin Rose wins this. There's no way Justin Rose doesn't win this. And then when Rosie hit it to like, you know, 12 feet on 18 and it didn't roll back, I was like, oh yeah, he's got it. And then Rory hits it to 2 feet. And I'm like, wait a minute. And if you all saw the post that I made on YouTube and on Instagram, I was living in the moment in those moments. And
Yeah, it's funny too as well. I mean, obviously we're happy for for Rory and everything. Justin Rose, this is now his second time losing the Masters in a playoff.
Sergio,
So
right?
yeah, he lost to Sergio back in 2017. Conveniently, the last time there was a playoff in the Masters was also
Man,
Justin Rose. Um, so yeah, fun fact about Justin Rose, just to mention him real quick, since he battled back today.
yeah,
Um, he's actually led more rounds than anybody by a lot for somebody who hasn't won the Masters. I think he's led the Masters for 10 rounds now. So that's like 4 or 5 more
I mean,
rounds than anybody else
yeah. I was
that hasn't
watching
won.
his, I was watching his post round interview in the media center, and he was like, he was surprisingly upbeat. I was like, um, he was like, hey, you know, this is the stuff you dream about.
Yeah,
Shooting 65, 66, 67 on Sunday to get into a playoff of the majors. He's like, nobody was thinking about me, at the beginning of the day. I
no,
shot
I
75 the
wasn't.
day before. I wasn't. Yeah. And he goes on that tear on the back nine. I think he made 6 birdies, 2 bogeys, and 1 par on the back nine, and like played his way into a playoff, right? Like, you know, if he doesn't lip out that putt on 17, we're not even having the same conversation,
Yeah,
you know? And so, I mean, shout out to Rory getting it done. That as a girl dad, when I saw him pick up his daughter when he won, I was like, I teared up a little bit. That was pretty cool. But the interesting question to have, and I'm curious on your take on this: do the floodgates open for Rory McIlroy at majors now that he's got Augusta off his back?
it's quite possible you could see him win. Easily 3 or 4 more of these things. So
I mean, he's only
he's
35.
he's 35,
Yeah,
obviously exceptionally talented. So you'd think he's got a let's say
a decade.
realistically, yeah, 10 more years, right?
Yeah,
So assuming no major injuries, things like that. So he's got 40 more majors, 39 more majors left to, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if he got 3, 4, or five more of those.
yeah, absolutely. But either way, congratulations to Rory McIlroy. Thank you for helping us go 1-0 today on our only pick. If you were on our
One,
Instagram, you saw us go.
you want to
You
know,
saw us
hey,
do our normal 3-1-0. Hey, oh, you got that right. And we got it done. We're now at almost a 60% win rate for the month. By the way,
there you go.
59.09%.
Yep.
But we're going to take a couple days off, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't come back till Thursday with the RBC, because we're just on such a good run on golf right now. But we may jump in there on Wednesday. I'm not sure. We might get bored, but
Yeah,
either way,
definitely get bored.
yeah, definitely get bored. But either way, guys, congrats to Rory. Congrats to Jay Rose for playing so well. Congrats to Augusta National for once again proving why you're the greatest major
It's
in all
unbelievable,
of professional golf.
man.
And we'll see you soon for another edition of No Strings, Just Winners with the Wager Bros.